I really mean this when I tell you, you got to stop making excuses in your everyday life. We all have our dreams, we all have our goals, and obviously, there's some circumstances we can't get away from. Some people were born into better places, some people have more opportunities, but you going and making excuses for things that you can't control is one of the worst mistakes you'll ever make in your entire life. You should never allow your circumstances dictate what you're going to do in your life. You might have to work 10 times, 30 times, 100 times harder than that person next to you, but you still need to make a forward step and try to make progress towards your goals, regardless of how hard it's going to be. People all the time wonder and say, man, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. Ah, man, if I had this, I'd be unstoppable. Well, you don't, okay? That's just the truth. And the fact of the matter is, you won't ever have that, especially something to do with genetics. For example, I wish I was 6'10. I wish I was 7 foot tall. I'd make basketball so much easier, right? I'd probably be Division 1, but I'm not. I'm not 7 foot. I'm not 6'10. I don't have a 50-inch vertical that I can jump out the building, but I have what God gave me. And I have to make do with what I have and improve to the point that having all those other things that I wish I had doesn't even matter. There's times when you can complain a little bit. And obviously, especially when you're working hard and you're trying your best to get your goals and you just can't seem to reach what you need to do, there's going to be times where you're going to get down on yourself. You're going to complain, but you got to either do that for a couple minutes and let it go, or you're not going to make any more progress, because all you're going to be doing is thinking about what you could have or what you want. But you won't make the conscious effort to even go towards that. And even worse, tons of people, including myself, which I need to get better at, make excuses for things we can control. I can control how much time I spend on my phone. I can control how often I study. I can control how often I eat well. But I make excuses for myself because I'm not strong minded enough. I tell myself, oh, well, I've ate good all day. I mean, I guess this dessert won't hurt or this meal won't hurt. Okay, why would I go through the entire day making good progress and then all of a sudden just give it up because I feel like I've done well, so now I can just stop? Or maybe, oh, well, I've studied for an hour today. I guess that can be it because I'm tired. That means all the progress you're making, all the forward progress, is being halted right then and there. And obviously, there's nothing wrong with taking breaks. You work hard in your day, you deserve it. But that doesn't mean you go and make an excuse for yourself to not do what you know that you need to do. The biggest excuse that we make is we don't have time for the things that we want to do. Let's say, for example, you get home from work late, or maybe you had a long day of school, or you just had a sports meet. A lot of people tell themselves, well, I'll just do it later. I'm too tired. I need to rest. And sometimes, yes, that is true. But a lot of the times, we're just being lazy and making an excuse for ourselves instead of buckling down and even working on it for just like 10 minutes. 10 minutes compounding over an entire year can make all the difference in the world, but you wouldn't know unless you did it. It would be hours upon hours of more work that you've done in your day that you wouldn't have done hadn't you spend 10 minutes a day, even when you're tired. Now, if you truly want something, you will make time for it. And that is bottom line. People who can push through their excuses and get stuff done anyways are the people who become successful. Nobody who allows their mind to tell them what to do becomes successful. You follow your heart, you follow your body, and you go until you're exhausted. And then that break that you've wanted is very much needed and also is good in that circumstance. A lot of the times we rely on emotions and how we feel in the current moment to dictate how much work we get done. Sometimes we feel super motivated, anxious, and hyper, and we want to just go get stuff done. And those are the best days ever. And then you have other days, just like every other human, where you're angry, you're sad, you're tired, you're bored. And on those days, we always come up with something to make it so that we don't have to do what we know we need to do. We say, I'm gonna just do it later. I'm too angry right now, or I'm sad. I'm gonna just go eat a tub of ice cream. Nobody does that. But just making excuses and not allowing ourselves to actually get things done because our emotions are getting in the way. You may be wondering, how can you fix this? How can you change this? Because no matter what, we are going to want to take the easiest path possible. But the way to combat your excuses and to get rid of those excuses and build discipline is to create a why that is bigger than yourself. And what I mean by that is you need to have basically a mission statement saying, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through all of this struggle, all of this uncomfortability? It has to not only involve yourself mainly, but it needs to involve others too. Maybe your friends, your family, or maybe even other people in the entire world. But you need to make sure that your goal is not only for you, but is bigger than you. Also, another good way is just think positively. And it sounds simple because it really is, but think about all the good things that can come from this. You're tired, you don't want to study. Okay, 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes is all I need. And think of the future that you can have. Or even on the flip side, that might even motivate you more is think of what you will be in a negative light. Think of you not succeeding. And that's sometimes all the fuel people need is the fact that they can see in their head, I might not succeed if I don't do what I need to do. And that's scary. That's a scary thought because we don't know the future. So you'll be more inclined to actually get it done, in my opinion. But if I were you, I would stay on the positive side because negative thinking can get lodged into your brain and that's just not good for you. Kind of to sum it all up, stop allowing your excuses to dictate your life because you'll never get anything done. No matter if it's a big task, a small task, it's your dream goal, it won't get done. Nothing's going to get done if you allow your brain and your excuses that it's making to get in your way.